to celebrate another festival of football in Africa. Samsung, with our amazing build for Africa and energy-saving products, has a great way for our customers to join in the competition. Buy a Samsung TV, digital camera, smartphone, refrigerator, computer or washing machines, and you could win a trip to South Africa. Stay in a 5-star hotel and watch the semi-finals and finals of the African Cup of Nations. Just spend $6,700 or more and get a scratch-off ticket and stand a chance to win a package to Cannes 2013 as well as other great Samsung prizes. Visit any of our Samsung brand shops at the QCell head office, Brucebiton Table, Westfield or Banjul to be the lucky winner of a trip to South Africa.
Reliance Financial Services ya kalamutole ko doko aninka nyoma ko wolka banko yurwande no ay foari abay o kamale krikio soni andiale hande foka buton kilindete doron sile ko do dila wolo dat o yatina musafele banjul abala bullo ko do kikala contracto e basse ablay fere serekunda abala dinnu wala karam munjo kika fama e bansang ay situ fele brikama ba abe ko do kika ba mai soma modu fele farafanya abe ko do kika bari ye bara imari be dawoda ise ko do kino wala sambalaro kiyen katu Reliance Financial Services ido kupunda kende mwoni flor soto banko kantaring batati je nyo sabati je abe dabe soniari woton ko ila sambalaro ki aning Reliance Financial Services la min dabe soniari and abe tariari.
Getting frustrated with your mobile internet? With QCell's fast, reliable and affordable 3G internet, you can use the internet the way you want, when you want and wherever you want at unmatched speeds. You can have access to all your favorite sites and applications like WhatsApp, Skype, Facebook.
The history of struggle is rich with stories of heroes and heroines. Some of them leaders, some of them followers. All of them deserve to be remembered. My name is Aminata Jallo. I grew up in Banjul. I only started selling fruits. I used to go and help my mom to sell in the evening. I did it until my Form 4. After graduation, I was issued a part-time job. I wanted to be a secretary. It went up to an extent that I was not learning anything new. I decided to leave. I was offered a job by Africa. They also changed my life. I was employed as an assistant manager. In a period of 1 year, I was promoted to a manager. And then I was given a target of $25,000 to sell in the whole month. Within 28 days, I sold all my SIM cards. After 3 months, I was given a target of $300,000. I sold $500,000. The MD called me back and proposed the dealership. I said $7 million for myself, which was completely impossible. But in 6 weeks, I did $3 million. I went, registered the business under Marimo. It's a combination of my mom's and my dad's name. Just the two heroes of my life are my parents. I come to work 8 o'clock. I don't close until I clear my decks. I have created agency for sub-dealers and dealers and agents from here up to Koina. I've achieved something that to show to the younger ones that it doesn't mean your parents have to be rich to be where you want to be. With the determination and the hard working, there is nothing impossible.
The Gambia Printing and Publishing Corporation, a merger of the Book Production Unit and the former National Printing and Stationery Corporation, offers an array of designs for print service ranging from business cards, stationery, book publishing, banners, t-shirts, card printing, perfect binding, programs and a lot more. The GPPC is on equals for its fast printing and finishing capacity at unbeatable prices to meet your specific requirements.
If you think your dad is your hero, if you think your dad is your hero.
Discover dozens of eye-catching graphic designs and stunning digital printing where guaranteed quality and prompt deliveries are assured. GPPC, your ultimate solution to printing and production.
Coming up is the news in English, but before that, we bring you Inside Trust Bank, next on Grts.
Trust Bank began operation in 1997. It was incorporated on 3rd July 1997. It hailed from the then Commercial and Development Bank to the Meridian BIOA Bank. The Meridian Bank pulled out sometime around 1995 when the assets and liabilities of the bank were taken over by the central bank. And under the supervision and purview of the central bank, Trust Bank was operating from July 1997 to October 1997. So Trust Bank in actual fact started operating on 1st October, despite the fact that it was incorporated on 1st July 1997. It started operation on 1st October 1997. And then the 3 months leading to the end of the year was the first time we realized profits from Trust Bank Limited amounting to $1.8 million. Then there continued to be the supervision of the Central Bank of the Gambia until 1999, when the Central Bank of the Gambia decided to allocate those shares and then privatize the company so that they floated. It was the initial public offer called IPO, which was really monitored and then conducted by Deloitte & Touche, who were the consultants, and 90% of the share capital was actually floated and oversubscribed to. Therefore, 27 million, representing then the share capital, which was 30 million, was oversubscribed and taken up by both institutions and individuals, foreign or local. At the very beginning then, Data Bank Securities is 30% of the shares that were floated, and then Social Security purchased 25%, which was just about 55%, while the rest of the 45% was distributed among individuals and institutions residing in the Gambia. Its first annual general meeting was conducted in 1999, and then dividends were also declared in the same year for 50 budus per share. When the shares were sold at the initial public offer, they were at $1.50 budots, and then already by the end of the very first year, it was floated. 50 budots of dividends was paid out. It was a challenge for both management and board, in particular to decide on matching, depending on the regulation, what the required reserve then. To be specific, the share capital was 27 million, and then to be able to pay out dividends as per the FIA, then they needed to match that 27 million on statutory reserves in order to distribute to the shareholders. So the challenge was, first of all, match the 27 million share capital and then build on the positive reserves as well as distribute dividends to the shareholders. We were able to achieve this in 1999 when 27 million actually was transferred from the reserves of the